Hello and welcome back into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here or you've been here before and haven't subscribed yet, please do so and turn on the notification bell so you know when I drop these videos. And please drop your comments. And the thumbs ups are very, very much appreciated. All right, well today we're going to talk about this guy, Mitchell Robinson, our center for the New York Knicks, our often injured center who is up for a contract extension. Now the question is, should the Knicks extend the MITCH? Well, we're going to look into it. We're going to look into a couple of players that are similar to him and who have been extended to see what kind of contract the Knicks should offer him. Whether the Knicks should even offer him a contract. I mean, they paid Nerlens Noel. They give him 3 years, 30-something million, though the last year is not guaranteed. So for some reason, the Knicks have not re-signed him, and it's pretty easy to see why. I mean, he's a bit injury prone. That's right. Mitch, in his rookie season, he missed 14 games due to injury. He sat out a couple of games. He just didn't play when he was a rookie, but he did miss 14 games as a rookie. And in the bubble year, he did only miss 5 games though. So of the 66 games that the Knicks played, he only missed 5. So he was on track to playing almost a full season there. Then last season, the 2 injuries, first the hand and then the foot, just completely crippled his growth, because he was on the trajectory to have a tremendous season. You know, I've mentioned it many times. Even in the game where he got his foot injury, he was already at a double-double by halftime in that game. So, and then he never had a chance to play with a really top quality point guard. You know, no offense to the other point guards that he had to play with. Even when Derrick Rose came to the team, the two of them never shared the court together until this season. So in that year, last season, he missed 41 games, 41 out of the 72 games. This season, he's back. And he's put on muscle, which I love what I'm seeing, especially if you saw him battle against Embiid. You can see that, and you know, all the other centers, they don't go through him anymore. In the past, they used to just slam into him, and he'd kind of like fall back, and he'd have to recover, and he could sometimes, and get the block. He's the block nest monster for a reason. But this season, it's very different. They can't go through him. They have to try to go around him, because of the added weight. Now, he has lost a little bit of the hops. You can see it. I actually think that it's not necessarily because of the weight. It's because he just hasn't been playing that many games. In fact, he only played in the last preseason game this season and then jumped right into it. So he's really only played 6 games in 7 months. And we all know that, no matter, scrimmages are just scrimmages. And even though preseason is just preseason for most teams, for the Knicks it is something, so that does count, but still. He hasn't had enough game. He's not in game shape. He even admitted it himself. If you watch some of the press conferences, I'll drop the link so you can see those. So he knows it, but the weight is good. Now, when he finally gets his conditioning where he wants it to be, may he shed, I think he said he gained like 40 pounds. Maybe he'll shed 10 of those pounds and make up for it with the muscle. He won't necessarily lose the girth that he's added, so that he maintains that presence in the middle that he is, that dynamic, unbelievable presence that he is. He is such a special center. First of all, he's just a total, his aerial arsenal is tremendous. He's a lob threat. And his putbacks are just so dynamic. I mean, he electrifies the crowd. His blocks are spectacular. Even though this season we haven't seen that part of his game, but his defensive IQ has actually made a leap this season. And he is determined to be Defensive Player of the Year. Love hearing that. I love goals like that. I love it. What I want to look at right now is, let's look at his career stats and compare it to 2 other centers that recently got extended. So here we go. So Mitch's career, over his career, he's averaged 8.4 points, 7.1 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 71% of his field goals he finishes. That's his career. Now this season, in the first 5 games, he's averaging 7.3 points, 8.3 blocks. So his blocks are up. I mean, not blocks, rebounds. His rebounds are up. Can you imagine 8.3? That'd be like Mutombo's sphere. 8.3 rebounds, 1.4 blocks. So the blocks are a little bit down, and that's part of the hops that I'm talking about. But look at his field goal percentage, 86.4%. Now, remember, Mitch has the season record for the highest field goal percentage in the history of the NBA. That's right. That was the 2019-2020 season. Now, Wendell Carter Jr. recently got extended. He was given a 4-year, $50 million contract by the Orlando Magic. All right. You know, his offensive game is a little more developed than Mitch's. In fact, it's more than a little. It definitely is. He actually can shoot a 3. He has an outside shot. He has a mid-range game. He can, shoot off the dribble. I mean, I've seen it. So I'm going to give him credit for it. And when you see his career stats, he's averaged 11 points a game, 8.2 rebounds, 1 block, with a 50.7% field goal percentage. This season, Wendell is averaging 12.6, Wendell Carter, 12.6 points per game, 9.4 rebounds, 1.2 blocks, with a 51.1% field goal percentage. So he got that $50 million, 4 years. All right, what about Robert Williams III from the Celtics? He also got extended. He got a 4-year, $48 million contract. So we see the theme here. 4 years, 48 or 50 million. That's kind of the realm that we're in for Mr. Robinson. Now look at Williams III's careers. His points per game, 5.9, rebounds, 5.2, blocks, 1.5. He has a 71% field goal percentage, almost the exact career field goal percentage as Mitch. But look at Mitch. Mitch owns him in all the stats, career stats category. Now this season, Williams is having a nice season. He's 10.4 points per game, 9.2 rebounds, 3.2 blocks. His blocks, he's really taken off on his blocks there. And his field goal percentage is 72.4%. All right, well, so what can we get Mitch for? All right, so according to Yossi Goslin from Hoops Hype, Mitch is eligible for an extension worth up to $55.6 million for 4 years. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's what he's worth up to. Will he get that much? I don't think so because of the injury concerns. But there's a lot of room in between there. Let's say we take Robert Williams, his contract is $48 million, and the $58 million, the $55.6 million. I think there's a really good place in between there for Mitch. I think Mitch Robinson should get paid because, number one, he's young. He's young. He's going to be, and the only question is the injuries, but he keeps bouncing back from the injuries. So it's not like, I know. You guys are, right now you're like, but wait, George. Every game, there's a heart attack moment with Mitch. When he hits the floor, he blows out a sneaker, he grabs the hammy. I know. And we're just going to have to live with this for a while. He's a special player. You know, his style of play, he's a max effort guy on the defensive end. That's just what he is. And that makes him susceptible to bizarre injuries. So in that other game when he, he tweaked his foot, and it was Mo Bamba came and slammed him from behind, pushed him towards the basket, and right at that moment, Suggs was coming in for the rebound and stepped on Mitch's foot. So it's like stuff like that. It's gonna happen, but you can't operate in fear. The man is a quality 5. He's special. Defensively, he's special. If you could get him, let's play devil. Let's say, how about a 3-year deal? Okay. And a 3-year deal, let's say we do about 13 million. 3 for 39. I think that's a good deal. I think it's a contract you can always move because he's got special defensive talents. Let's say there's a team out there that is coming along. You know, they have like some great guards, you know, some interesting forwards, and yeah, I'm talking about later on down the road. For some reason, things happen, and you're like, well, what do we do with Mitch's contract? You can easily, there's value in that contract. That's a high value contract. And the thing is, what's great is since the Knicks are capped out until 2023, they won't have to use any of their cap space to extend him. So my answer is extend the Mitch. Let's do it. Let's come on. Come on. We can finally extend one of our rookies that we drafted. I'd love to see that. I'd love to say he's a special guy. And I actually believe that once his conditioning kicks in, all of his season stats are going to climb. I mean, if his field goal percentage can go higher, forget about it. I mean, that's pretty much, he never misses. But what I would like to see is for him to develop some low post moves, you know, have a go-to shot on his own, you know, not a putback, not a lob, just an actual shot. Take a mid-range once in a while. And you know what I've been saying for a long time. Let's see Mitch take a three. I want to see the man shoot the three. Come on. Just once a game would be nice. That's all I ask. And look at him here. This is the preseason game. Look at that dunk. Look at that. He just grabbed the rebound, dunks it, flexes. The man is special. The man is special. We cannot argue this fact anymore. He's a special center, and he should be extended because he makes the Knicks a top defensive team in this league. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching this. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe and drop your comments. I want to hear your thoughts about what type of contract, or maybe you have different ideas. Maybe you don't think we should extend him. But either way, I want to hear from you guys, and I appreciate you guys watching this, and I will see you guys around the Knicks-Verse.